Hi, I'm Josh Maloney, Director of Artist Relations for Dean Guitars. I'm here with Dave Mustaine. We'll chat a little bit about the new Zero guitar that you see Dave holding here and playing. So this is relatively new. This is the first one ever made.
Right.
You and I worked pretty, and the guys in the shop back in Tampa worked pretty diligently on this.
Well, it wasn't until you had shared with me that this guitar was basically not being used by any other artists that I found out that it was available to discuss. If you look at the guitar, one of the things that we changed was we made the angles on it much more sharper so that the guitar is more of a weapon and it's not like one of those hokey old Explorers that kind of look like they belong in a church band or something. So we sharpened up the edges on this, and obviously I made the electronics. For me, this is the most functional way to use electronics. This is one pickup, that's another pickup, that's a pickup switch, and a tone knob. I'm not one of those guys that rides the tone, so I set it, I leave it there. It's almost non-existent in my playing the technique that I use, but I do use it a little bit in the studio, which is good to have. And then, of course, with the going back and forth between the pickup choices, I don't really use the neck pickup so much, but a lot of people do with that really cool kind of Judas Priest, Victim of Changes sound, you know what I mean? And I think the thing that set this over the top was just putting the neck that's on here and getting it all together. We obviously changed the headstock again, because this is the headstock I prefer, with the 6 in a row.
Looks killer on that guitar too.
Yeah, I think so. The reason I did that is because, you know, I've been playing so long using the 6 in a row. Having 3 on one side, it's just I've never been a player that's been comfortable doing that. It's one of the solidest guitars I've ever seen that has even a remote shape like this, and this shape just looks like it's built for action.
You know, most Deans are short scale. You know, they're 24 3/4. This is actually a long scale guitar. It's 25 1/2, just like your Vehement. Different with the controls down here, the 6 on the side. So, you know, this happens to be the first production USA custom, and we actually did some distressing on it, you know, a little bit. And this is a lacquer finish, an old nitro finish, which ends up being really cool. The hardware has a little bit of distressing on it as well.
Yeah, those scratches aren't from me. Well, some of them are now because I've been using this extensively since I got it, but this is pretty much how this comes, looking like it's been in the family for years and years. And it sounds like it too. The combination of the woods that Josh and the factory chose with the configuration of the neck and the combination of the pickups and electronics, everything just it worked. It was just like taking a V and plugging another disposable body on the end there, which, you know, I haven't been able to have any other guitar that I've ever held that felt like a V. Now, I do have certain songs that I use the V for, because I'll reach back with my leg to grab that that 2 legs on the V, and it won't be there. So I'm like, but well, I learned my lesson. The first song I did that on, and I looked over at my tech, Willie G, and he was laughing at me like this, and I didn't think he caught what I did, but we're so in tune with each other when we're on stage. He saw that, and I must have looked pretty ridiculous the first time I did that. The thing I've heard the most is that people just want to know why I'm playing it.
Yeah,
you know, how could he abandon Flying V? Yes. And I'm not abandoning Flying V. I abandoned a Flying V a long time ago. I'm playing a VMT now, and that's the guitar of choice for me.
Right.
I've taken all my years of experience and everything I've learned, and I've applied it to this guitar, which I want to be my home. And it's evident when you pick this guitar up, like I was just saying, you know, you just know it's one of my guitars. If you feel it, you can close your eyes. I'd have to go like this with my right hand to know which guitar it was.
How many guitars do you have on the road on this tour? It looked like 4.
Not many. I don't need a lot of guitars out here. That's the cool thing about playing these guitars, is the durability. You know, that's a really important thing for me, because I use the guitar. I mean, I don't just play and strum it and you know, I punch it in the stomach, man.